What up, y'all, and welcome to the show. I'm Linus, like you don't effing know, I guess. I stole that. I didn't come up with that.
Yeah. I thought you stole the thing in the pre-show.
Not that I listened. What? In the pre-show? No,
the
not
joke.
at all.
What is the joke? Okay, we got intro
why
topics.
don't we get into what's going to be on the show today, and then we'll get into what we stole and what we came up with on our own. Okay? Does that
We
sound
should
good?
tell people we have a terrible show coming and see how many people watch.
They'll all watch. They'll all watch because they know that there's no such thing.
We have a horrible show today.
There's no such thing as a terrible WAN show because the worse it is, the better it gets.
His voice is gone.
I know.
Mine is very clearly here, which is probably a problem.
Yeah. No, what? Oh, sorry. All right, let's just roll the intro. Yeah, all the Twitch trollers, you guys get wrecked. Get wrecked today because half of the people are like, there's no sound. And the other half are like, lol, Linus's voice.
Yeah.
So get wrecked, yo. I got sponsors and stuff.
Oh, yeah, Squarespace.
I was a little slow on the trigger there, so
Yeah,
they're still up there.
There
There we go. All right, guys. Welcome to the show. Should be a good one, actually. We've got some great topics today. I think the thing on everyone's mind right now is, oh yeah, right, what's on the show today? Because we didn't do it prior to the intro.
Yeah, I was wondering about that.
I didn't do my hair today either. That's probably on
did.
everyone's mind too. So main topics this week. We've got Microsoft kills OneDrive unlimited storage.
In
Gone.
Like, the douchiest way ever.
Yep, yeah. What they did is not popular.
For a very good reason.
Yeah. YouTube has apparently arranged a loan program for YouTube creators. Very interesting. What else we got?
Activision Blizzard to acquire King Digital, so the guys that made Candy Crush.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, oh, the top 5 grossing games, which is Candy Crush and some other version of Candy Crush. Like, oh, okay, wicked.
Yeah.
That's super cool. I'm very, very happy that you brought that up. Also, AMD is facing a class action lawsuit over misrepresentation of a product.
And we'll dig into what that means a little bit. But
Yes.
I think the thing that's on everyone's mind is why Linus keeps telling everyone what's on their minds. And the reason for that is because I firmly believe that the thing on everyone's mind is I'm just,
Where are you going with this?
Nowhere.
Okay, this whole time I'm like, what? What is he talking about?
He's waiting for it to have a point, because
Yes.
usually I do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not today. No, today my point is
Not today.
carefully hidden in my trousers.
There will be no points today.
It's gonna be a soccer game.
Oh.
Oh.
With no ball. Does anyone remember that WAN episode? How long ago was that? I don't even know.
I don't even know. I was filming a video or writing a video or something. That's my whole life, doing things related to videos. And I was like, blah 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 something. I called it on the WAN show. And for a minute, I thought to myself, I should go try and find that clip so we can play.
No.
Nope. Nope. There is literally over 100 hours of WAN show. Someone messaged me on Twitter once saying that he had watched the entire back catalog of WAN show over the previous month or something.
Oh my god.
And I was just like, why? I mean,
it's news to do with that week.
don't get me wrong.
Like, it's cool.
I love the dedication.
Yes.
Like, major props.
That's awesome.
But why?
The early ones, like the really early ones, maybe.
For nostalgia?
No. But because we barely talked about news ever.
Right,
We
okay.
had one topic a week.
Nostalgia news today.
Remember,
yesterday.
We'd talk about our crazy sports game that we were playing.
Yeah,
and
that's
stuff.
true. We did talk about that.
And we would do other random things.
Then again, making the argument that the show is about news today is sort of like
pretty rough.
That's like standing on one stilt with a balance beam on your head
And being
potted plants
This
on the
is
beam
about soccer.
on one side. Yeah, we actually, we're at least 10 minutes into the show. We have not talked about any news yet.
We introed 4 of them.
That's true. We did do that. But sometimes we intro topics and then never
talk about them. There's also that problem.
I don't even remember where I was going with this. So Activision Blizzard to acquire King Digital. And this is definitely the kicker here for $5.9 billion. Yes, friends, $5.9 billion. What is this ad? $5.9 billion.
New thing. Whenever I yawn, I'm gonna make it look like a roar.
It's majestic. Thank you. Are you gonna make the sound?
No. Preferably not, I think.
I would prefer that too.
Okay.
All right, so they paid $18 per share, which is a 20% premium over the trading price. Man, it is good for investors when companies get acquired.
I don't understand how this works, and I think you might. If you're acquiring a company, why don't you just buy all the shares? Why do you have to pay a premium? Because everyone ends up paying a premium.
Because those people own it. So it's kind of like if you want to
basically they're like, actually, I don't want to sell this much. And then they're like, what about 20% more? And then they're like, oh, okay, sure.
Yeah, well, those shareholders don't get to make the decision unless they're a majority or they can form a majority of the shareholders. Then they get to make the decision. But for the sake of the shareholders, including the majority holders, who definitely get paid more if they're paying more than market value, it's in their best interest to ask for more than just the day-to-day trading value.
So if you're like, if you don't just want to own a share of the company, you want to own the majority of the company, then you're going to pay extra.
Now, the conventional wisdom, the consumer wisdom would be, well, hold on a second. If I'm bulk buying something, then I should get a discount.
Yeah.
But think of it more along the lines
You
of
gain control, and that matters a lot. You're not just getting 400 popsicle sticks.
Yes, you are.
You now run the company that makes the 400 popsicle sticks.
Yes. So think of it in terms of if you want to run a highway through an area, typically the property owners, except in cases where the government of whatever country it happens to be is a gigantic tool, typically the correct way to do that is to offer the people in the way more than their land value. Some people don't want to move, and in those cases, they sometimes end up getting less because et cetera, because now they've got, the one house that's next to a superhighway that curves around it. There's a lot of different ways it can go. But typically the best practice way is to offer people more than the assessed market value so that it's a quick and easy transaction and it's done and no one's raising a poop storm about it. So basically with the acquisition, they take 2 of the top 5 highest grossing mobile games in the US, which are
Candy Crush Saga and Candy Crush Soda Saga.
Yes. That's 2 games, apparently. That's
come on.
2 of the best games, World of Warcraft and World of Warcraft Burning Crusade.
Even then,
Starcraft and Starcraft Brood War.
But I don't even know if that's fair because this is probably, I don't know, I've never played. It's probably just a skin. It's probably not even an expansion.
No, it probably has different sound effects.
Oh, God.
They're probably equally happy, but different.
Equally happy. Yeah. Probably.
So basically, CEO of Activision Blizzard said the combined revenues and profits solidify our position as the largest, most profitable standalone company in interactive entertainment. I mean, I guess so, but you just bought a company for $4.9 billion or $5.9 billion that did, hold on, what was it? 2 point something. It's not in my notes. Why is this not in the notes?
2.1.
Is it? Oh,
2.1 billion.
Yeah. 2.1 billion in revenue. Now, with that said, it should be noted that for a microtransaction-driven game like Candy Crush, 2.1 billion revenue is basically as good as 2.1 billion profit. I mean, yes, they have to, pay some dividends or whatever, and I guess they probably have at least 6 programmers to develop a game like Candy Crush. 6?
There's
10?
probably a fair amount behind it.
Nah, I know. They have to process all those payments somehow.
Yep.
You need an infrastructure for that. Okay. But still,
you have to make sure that people have to pay more in order to play your game. That's, you got to put some effort in front of stopping people from having fun.
Yeah, marketing is key.
Yeah.
Tell me something. we've had a lot of mobile game companies offer us advertising dollars, and every time I've said no because it's stupid. Did we ever do it? Maybe there was an exception, actually. I don't remember. I don't think so. But maybe there was one where they were like, they did something that was sort of somewhat different from what it... Anyway, if Activision Blizzard came to us and was like, we want to do an ad spot for Candy Crush, would you do it? I want to hear from Twitch chat. Okay, hold on. We gotta get a straw poll going here, kids. Should we take that candy
Because
money?
I know people that like Candy Crush. I just super don't. Does that mean it's wrong? I don't know.
I mean, there is the whole argument that, these games are predatory. Twitch chat, why are you guys posting the answer? We don't look at that. Stop spamming so people can click the bit.ly. Because we're going to show the straw poll, not the Twitch chat. I love you guys, but come on. So there is the argument that microtransaction games are preying on the same people who are addicted to gambling or addicted to, well, really gambling, but people who have addictive personalities. With that said...
I wouldn't want to.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. So we've got 26% of you saying we should take that candy money, with 52% of you saying no, and 23% of you voting for turnip the way that you should.
The thing is, I think we have enough really solid, respectable companies that we work with that I actually kind of enjoy doing ad spots
Is
for.
Activision Blizzard not a respectable company?
But I don't like that product.
Okay, I'm just saying, it's a respectable company, though.
Yeah.
You could make that argument.
Yeah. Although they've done some dumb freaking crap.
Yes.
Like, oh my god. They basically killed Starcraft 2.
Yes, they did do that. Yeah, that's...
Because, like, there's an argument to be said that they pulled the, like, okay, they didn't actively do anything to kill it.
But they also just didn't actively do anything.
Yeah. It was like their baby, and they were like, I'm going to leave it in a field with wolves and just see what happens, you know? Like, there's these Riot Games guys. What? They're cuddly. They're furry. Don't worry about that.
They're cool guys.
We'll just leave our baby in the field. It's okay. That's basically how esports was like 2-3 years ago.
Yeah. So yeah. I don't remember where else. Right. I remember where I was going with this. So tell me something. It used to be Blizzard, okay?
Yeah.
But now we've entered, the modern era, the 90s, the 2000s. Hyphenated names, man. That's a thing. So now we got Activision Blizzard.
Blizzard King.
So no,
Acta
because
Blizz
no one does that. No one does that. My parents talked about that. Okay, my mom's last name Sebastian. My stepdad's last name is Neufeld. That's a very political topic. Everyone, please keep that to yourself. Okay. So my stepdad's last name is Neufeld, and they were like, "Let's go by Sebfeld," and I'm like, "That's stupid." Because Sebfeld is not a name. That's just a thing you invented. That's like, we could go by like JXYMB. Like, my name is Smith.
Should.
No.
You guys should have gone by C3PO.
Actually stupid, thank you.
Should have been your last name. You should have had numbers in your last name.
So
sick.
anyway, my half siblings have hyphenated last names, and this really raises a legitimate concern. Sorry, Burkle is putting decorations on his wall.
Burkle!
No, it's okay. It's okay.
I want him to show them.
Sure. Okay, you'll bring them. So anyway, this raises a legitimate concern. What happens when hyphenated name people marry each other? So is it Activation Blizzard King?
Pictures.
Or King Activation? Or King Activision Blizzard? Like, what would we...
Okay, your call.
Or Activision King Blizzard? King Activision Blizzard?
Activision.
King Blizzard Activision.
How can you make it sound more like microtransactions?
Yeah, bring your stuff out. Show the audience.
Blizzard Activation. Yeah.
Yeah, I cracked up when you were putting that stuff on the wall. Yeah, here, bring that stuff over here. Okay, so
you gotta explain how you do it.
Okay, so hold on. Let me explain. Let me preface this really quickly. So I gave all the editors, because we got to do our editing den tour, like, for a number of reasons. Number one, you guys have been asking for it. Number two, the folks who contribute, like LG, who gave us monitors for our editing den, and like
Looks so white right now.
Intel, Cooler Master, Logitech, Razer, SteelSeries, like Silverstone, tons of guys threw a bunch of stuff at us to have like the ballinest editing den ever. And the only thing they asked for was that we make a video showing people our ballin' editing den, which we have not done. But the problem is that it looks kind of crap right now because the walls are just bare. So I gave all the editors, what was the budget?
$150.
Yeah.
Which I don't think anyone stuck to.
Yeah, I know.
I did, I think.
Each editor got a $150 budget to decorate their personal space to make it look cool. Some people went with sane, reasonable choices. This guy was fishing around for broken monitors for some reason. I thought nothing of it. What you got?
I wanted another monitor. So I put two of my favorite people on a third monitor that's gonna sit above
Get
my
up here
desk
and talk.
and never
Here,
change.
take my chair.
Yeah, okay.
Hold.
I'll sit down. Look, you said LG sponsored it. A nice little LG screen for my desk. How beautiful is that?
To go with the Samsung one.
Yeah, the Samsung
Also
one.
for your desk.
And look at, can you see how much clearer the Samsung is in this? I don't know, it's really up to you folks. Look at that anti-glare screen on the Samsung.
Yeah, so we got ourselves a Tim and Eric fan right here. So yeah, okay, go. You can go back
Okay,
to
bye.
the work you're doing.
I thought they were Cinco monitors.
Cinco.
No, that's a different one.
Okay.
I was walking in front of the camera when you called me out here.
Okay, yeah, sorry,
Okay.
I just wanted to show you guys that. So yeah, how far are we into the show right now?
I think we've done one tech topic. We're about 20 minutes in.
Yeah, this is a news show.
Yeah. All right.
Why do I look so pale today?
On the subject of news, you look kind of pale today.
I literally don't think I've been outside during the day because of the build log.
I don't
So that
think you
might
can
actually
lose.
be why.
I don't think you can lose a tan in like 3 days. No, 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 no.
No, because it wasn't
This
3
is
days.
this is a lifestyle. This is an ongoing
wasn't 3
lifestyle
days.
lifestyle effect.
Okay, that's fair.
Microsoft. This is a great headline. Kills the OneDrive party.
Oh my god.
Ends unlimited and downgrades storage options. They were not content.
This was so brutal.
They were not content to nerf this a little bit. They nerfed OneDrive. Like, can you think of an equivalent in gaming history?
Can you think of a reason to use it now?
I already still wasn't using it.
I know. So like, why would anyone use it now? Equivalent in gaming history. Okay.
Yeah, an equivalent nerf. Okay, okay, Twitch chat. Let's see if you guys can come up with something too, because okay, well, submit your ideas. How about you?
Twisted Fate League of Legends.
Okay,
That's mine.
that's your
The nerf that happened to Twisted Fate.
Okay.
Twisted Fate was like the best character, and then he went to like completely unplayed. This was like way, way back at like the beginning. Or the pistol from Halo 1 to Halo 2.
Oh, that's a good nerf. Because the pistol in Halo 1 is basically a sniper rifle, shotgun, assault rifle, and tactical nuke.
Yeah.
All in one. And then the pistol in Halo 2 is like, well, it's a pistol. And the enemies have energy shields.
Yeah. Good luck.
What do we got? We got, okay. Oh my goodness, it's going so fast.
Well, so many people are bringing up stuff from like...
CSGO
CS:GO.
M4A1? Was it nerfed that bad?
I don't think it was...
I mean, okay, why don't we give people some context here? Let's give some context for what Microsoft did to OneDrive. So they had a free option. The storage capacity was 15 gigs. They have nuked that down to 5. They have cut it in 1/3, okay? For all users, current and new.
To be fair, these effects, if you are a current user, happen 12 months from now. So you're good for a year, but still...
So you're good for a year and then your junk disappears.
Yeah.
Which from my...
I don't want my junk to disappear.
Me neither, unless it's disappearing in,
In mustard.
in mustard, thank you. So this flies in the face of everything that cloud storage is supposed to be. I mean, when Google offered Gmail, and they were like, G, because we're Gs. Wait, no, I think it had something to do with
Google.
Gigabyte. Really?
Yeah.
No, it was Gigabyte. It offered a gigabyte of... I hate you. It offered a gigabyte of storage at a time when Hotmail offered like 25 megs or something laughable like that.
Yeah.
So that was where the X's came from. So my
Remember the counter?
I don't want to talk to you
like
anymore.
how much more drive space they were adding all the time. Do
Yeah.
they still have that?
I don't know.
That was
maybe
actually
somewhere.
super cool.
Because that was sick.
Yeah.
But that is the point. That is the point of like cloud storage is like it's always expanding, always getting cheaper, and it's always a safe place to keep your data where companies don't just turn off your space if you like don't check your email for a year and don't get the notification or whatever. Like I thought it was supposed to be like pretty safe. So
Which, like, actually, if I wasn't doing this show, I probably wouldn't have heard about this because I basically never check my Outlook account.
no, I wouldn't have heard about it.
It is attached to things, though, and if I did use OneDrive for, like, a few things, they would be gone.
Now, Microsoft says the changes are arriving due to Microsoft discovering that some users were abusing the online storage service. However,
This pissed me off, so I'm just going to wait for you to...
that has nothing to do with your free account holders who were allocated 15 gigs, who presumably someone at Microsoft can figure out the conversion from gigabytes to terabytes to megabytes and how much hard drives cost
Hopefully.
and maybe like, I don't know, run some basic freaking rudimentary numbers and find out, you know, how much each gigabyte of storage costs in a cloud server somewhere, because this is like pretty well established shit at this point. Pardon my French. Okay.
They say in some extreme cases, users were storing in excess of 75 terabytes of data on a single Office 365 account. The reason for that is because they got unlimited storage. So it's because a few people using something that they were literally allowed to use
And paid
even
for,
in the fine print
We're
that they were
paying
for,
customers.
it's apparently hurt all the free guys as well. You give someone unlimited access to something, and then you're like, whoa, we didn't mean that unlimited. That's bullshit.
And
Phone
the
companies
correct
do this all the time.
the
I'm so
correct
tired of it.
response to the extreme users, who frankly were being very unreasonable.
Who cares? It's
They
unlimited.
were. What they should have done was adjusted the paid customers to a terabyte or something, or 2 terabytes or something,
Or made them get like a business tier unlimited account, which was way more expensive or something.
or something, and just targeted the unreasonable users. Because I get it. 75 terabytes of space for like, what does Office 365 cost? Like $100
Not
a year or something like that?
Not a ton.
Like I can't remember. I have a subscription. I should know this.
They screwed up though. They shouldn't have said it was unlimited.
So, and if they're gonna backpedal in a way that's reasonable and makes sense. So anyway, they are no longer offering unlimited storage. I think that pretty much goes without saying. They are cutting it back to 1 terabyte of OneDrive storage with your subscription. So the 100 gig and 200 gig OneDrive paid plans are going away as an option for new users and will be replaced with a 50 gig plan for $199 per month in early 2016. The 15 gig, camera roll storage bonus will also be discontinued in early 2016. And Office 365 subscribers with an excess of 1 terabyte will be notified of the change and will be able to keep their increased storage for at least 12 months. So basically, they did it in the most dickish possible way. Super not impressed. I don't personally use OneDrive because I don't care.
Because it sucks.
The interface really isn't very good.
It's really just not.
Yeah, I'm super just don't like it.
They tried to make it like clean and modern, and honestly, I think they just messed it up.
Yeah. Like anything, the way to make something clean, here's a pro tip. Okay? Here's how to make something clean. It should integrate seamlessly into the existing UI of whatever device I'm using it on. It's a pro tip. Okay? That's why Dropbox does so well. It's just a folder on your computer. You literally like right click, paste, or like right click, create public link, share with someone. It's very simple. My mother still can't do it, but it's a whole other issue. YouTube loans.
This is so weird.
It's weird, but
Like it's kind of cool.
I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's just like I'm just when I saw this, I was like, wait, is this URL right? Like, are we all getting trolled?
Yeah, are we on YouTube.com?
Yeah. I checked that, like,
I did.
I was pretty worried about that, actually.
I was like, HTTPS? Yeah.
Yeah.
YouTube.com?
Yeah.
There's no, like, it's not like .corn, you
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
Or something.
SSL checks out. It's verified by Google Inc.
Yep.
Like, okay.
I was like, okay. So
right.
basically, the way it works is YouTube has partnered with Lending Club to provide YouTube creators with a limited finance option to put towards building their channels.
Yeah.
It's really not that different from any other business or personal loan, except that YouTube is apparently facilitating it, for one thing. The terms of the loan
There's
look
some interesting stuff.
pretty good, and it's at, I believe it's at like something like a 5.9% interest rate. And if you successfully increase your channel's average upload frequency or watch time over a period of 12 months after you take out the loan, you get a 5% rebate on the original total loan amount.
So what does that end up?
Pretty cool. So basically, it's and I am not, to be clear, I am not an interest calculator whiz kid guru who can figure that crap out in my head. So don't take my word for this 100%, but it looks like if you pay it back in a year, it'll be effectively like a 1 point something percent-ish loan. Pretty cool if you need a chunk of money to develop your YouTube channel and you really think you can take it to the next level. So one of the challenges that we had at Linus Media Group, it's really funny. A lot of people complained about our Tip Starter campaign where we asked our community to help us fund this new office. People were like, take out a loan. It's like, yeah, we did. We're not idiots. We also voluntarily asked our community to help us because that helps a lot too. And we said it was optional, and you get literally nothing in exchange for it other than a cool badge on the forum.
And we had to do some pretty stupid shit.
Yeah, we did do some dumb stuff, and like some people I did like personalized thank yous for at certain tiers, and like, but you don't get like a T-shirt for it or anything because the idea was we were using it to make our new office and our new workflow better and all that stuff, and we did. But getting a loan is not that simple, okay? Especially if you're like a small-time creator, like still living at home with your parents and you don't have a mortgage to use as collateral, or not a mortgage. You don't use a mortgage as collateral. You use the house, the value in the house as the collateral. Like if you don't have collateral, and this is interesting. So there's 2 tiers that they're offering. You can get up to a $35,000 personal loan if you receive an official invitation from YouTube. That's a key. You've been operating your business for less than 2 years and you have less than $75,000 of annual revenue through your YouTube channel. And then the second tier, to get up to $300,000 of business loan, you have to be operating for at least 2 years as a business, and you have to have over $75,000 in annual revenue. And that is one of the challenges because since the economic downturn of 2008, lending criteria, at least in some places, has gotten a lot more strict, and it's not that easy to just, hey, I'm a business. I've got a business idea. You should give me some money. Oh, I guess that didn't work. Well, I'm filing for bankruptcy.
Yeah.
That happened enough times that the lenders kind of went, yeah, no. So I was not able to get a loan for the things that we needed to do here until Linus Media Group had been operating for 2 years. Fortunately, that timing worked out pretty much perfectly with when we got kicked out of our old place. And we were able to move in here sort of perfectly because another month would have been great.
Super awesome.
Awesome.
Oh.
Yeah. It's nice though because I've seen some comments on the videos lately that are like, yeah, I'm not hating on these guys, but like some of that content during the move was kind of rough. Yep. It's like, we know. We really had a lot of other stuff to do.
Like move.
And moving is not as simple as just pick up the thing, move it to the other place, and put it down. It's really not. Anyway, I think this is really cool. And if you're a YouTube creator that's kind of struggling, but you feel like, wow, $35,000 in, or even, remember, up to 35. So like, wow, I could really use a $10,000 loan. And if Google's willing to kind of vouch for me that I'm cool and I know what I'm doing, I could invest in like that capture equipment or that camera gear or whatever else that I need to really get this thing off the ground. Because honestly, I probably get a request a day from someone who wants to start a game streaming channel, and they're like, yeah, all I need to get it off the ground and like do better is like this BA computer and stuff. And I'm just like, I'm sorry, I actually cannot send a computer to every person who tells me that they have a game streaming channel and they want to do better. It's not actually possible. It does not grow on trees. A lot of people think these guys have like tons of hardware. It's falling out of their ears. And from a certain perspective, that is kind of true. But for most of the things, we only have like one of everything. So when we're like,
we have more camera equipment now than we have computers.
Yeah, I'd say that's true.
Like for sure.
Yep.
And like the sweet build log that I'm doing right now, I'm just gonna have to take apart like immediately because we're gonna need the things from it.
A lot of people are like, Linus's 3-year-old has a way better computer than. No, he doesn't.
That got taken apart like how long after?
Literally 1 day later.
Yeah.
He's 3. What does he need a friggin' desktop computer for? He's 3.
We build things, we take them apart. It's like weightlifters. They pick things up and they put them back down. We build computers and we take them back apart.
We don't have 20, 6700K processors.
I think we have one. Right?
We have one.
Yeah.
And that was like pulling teeth to get. It's not like free hardware rains from the heavens or whatever. So this looks like a more realistic option for a startup creator to if they've got some talent. And that's the thing is people are always asking me too, like, how do you get sponsored with hardware? It's like
people in Twitch chat are like, what? Illusion shattered. Oh my god. Yeah.
It's like, how do you get sponsored with hardware? Have an audience. Well, I can't have an audience if I'm not sponsored with hardware. Get creative. That's how literally everyone did it. Literally everyone.
Some people know this. I was starting a channel that no one knew about at all before I joined you. And my plan was a lot of my friends at the time were getting into building computers. So build their computer for them, do it at your house, film a video about every part, review every part in the computer, also film building the computer, do some benchmarks with it, film that, just utilize everything that you can. Oh, your buddy just got a new phone? Borrow it for a day. Give him $20 or something, buy him food or whatever, borrow it for a day, review the phone, do whatever you need to do.
Get smart about buying and selling used stuff.
Definitely.
You can acquire things temporarily, and then you can get rid of them very quickly and not lose a whole lot of money on the transaction.
Buy a cheap version of a popular phone on Craigslist. Resell it on Craigslist for hopefully more, then buy a different one, review that, flip it again. Yeah.
Start building up that kind of that slush fund of acquiring things and cycling through them. So people are saying I had NCIX hardware to start to build an audience. Yes, I did. That's yet another example of get creative, find a solution. My solution was I worked with a local retailer, and people are like, oh yeah, I emailed my local retailer and they said they're not interested. Well, of course they're not interested. You sent an email. Who cares what you think? You sent an email. You didn't even show up. You got to show up if you want to play the game, kids. Right?
There's other also like shadier ways to do it that I'm not going to go over.
Yeah.
But there's
whatever. Let's just say it. I mean, a lot of people starting up buy things from places with great return policies and return them. That's legitimately what I'm planning to do with the Surface Book. They got a 30-day return policy. That's not my problem.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't know. What do you want from me?
Yeah, it happens. It honestly happens a lot.
Like it's about get it done. That is what any job, especially if you're self-employed, is about. Get it done.
There's basically always a way to work harder.
Anyway, yeah, very cool. I didn't really read any of the notes. You got to be 18 or older to qualify.
There's not really that much to say.
Yeah.
It's a loaning thing. The lending club or whatever already existed. Yep. There's just a couple special terms for YouTube. That's it.
And the 5% rebate just for, I mean,
that's badass.
If all you have to do is upload more content in the year, then if you don't get that 5% rebate, then go home. You're not cut out for the YouTube game.
Unfortunately, we couldn't even do that with Linus Tech Tips.
Yeah.
It's like more videos on Linus Tech Tips would just be insane.
That's okay though, because we don't need
want it. Yeah.
Yeah. We're good.
Yep.
We're good. Thanks to our fantastic community, our great sponsors like lynda.com.
Yeah! Learn things about making videos, maybe.
Say, for example.
Yeah.
I mean, that would be a really good way to, even if you took out a very small YouTube loan. If you're like, yeah,
Buy a Lynda
I
account?
just need like $5,000, okay? I need like a couple generation old camera to get me going. I need like a crappy tripod, a used slider, a lens, and a lynda.com subscription. Here I go. I'm like taking my game to the next level. It is amazing how far you can stretch a small budget. Anyway, sorry. On the topic of lynda.com, which for some reason I'm like blanking on my talking points.
You can learn a whole bunch of stuff. They have production training, so you can learn things about Premiere, which is probably kind of helpful.
Business, photography,
Yeah.
productivity, applications.
Business is pretty huge on there.
They got more than 3,000 courses available from top experts. You can get a 10-day free trial at lynda.com/WAN show.
One thing that I very much like on there is that you can download things.
Yes, you can download and watch on your mobile device on the go, so you don't have to be streaming it. You can make notes, you can make playlists, so you and your friends can learn along with each other. I think I've talked about this before, but I'm just going to do it again. Like, my son's already reading. He's like three and a half or something like that. So that kid's going to hit like kindergarten, grade 1. He's going to be straight up bored. So my plan, because I am a complete programming know-nothing, is I'm going to, like, seriously start at his level and start learning some of that stuff with him.
Awesome.
And a tool like lynda.com is going to be awesome because, like, I already recognize that even though I'm fairly techie, a lot of people don't understand this. But the cold, hard truth is once you have a job and you have kids and you have, say, for example, anything else in your life, you know, I'll get a lot of flack, like, oh, why doesn't Linus know how to use Snapchat or whatever? Because quite frankly, I don't have to, and I don't care, and I've got other stuff going on. Because I don't have time to sit. If it's not my job to do it, and it's not taking care of my babies, and it's not like any of these other legitimately very important things, I don't know. And that is how old people get out of touch. And I recognize that not being up on at least the fundamentals of programming is going to be a huge difference between me and the generation that's following me. So if I want to keep up, I have one shot at this. As he's getting older, this is my one chance for him to not be speaking a language, literally a language that I completely don't understand.
When are you guys starting that?
Probably when he's around 5.
Cool.
Yeah, that's kind of my plan. So I need to get him into badminton.
If you ever need like help or
Yep.
whatever, super interested, that'd be cool.
Thank you.
Yeah. That's like an off the show thing.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, I'm thinking around the time he hits 5. I want him in martial arts. I want him doing like some kind of competitive sport. Not that I'm saying martial arts isn't competitive. I know,
A
but
team sport?
maybe team, maybe not. I don't know. I want him swimming. Swimming is like necessary. And then my wife wants him doing a musical instrument. He's half Asian, so I'm assuming he'll play the piano.
Piano's really good though.
I know. I'm not dissing the piano. I'm just
makes
saying.
sense.
I'm just saying, like, I'm not trying to stereotype. I'm just saying that it's a better chance than not. If it's like, what instrument did your parents make you play? And it's like, okay, so it's the Asian kid, piano, right? It's like, no, piano and flute. Like, no offense.
What was really
sure
cool,
I offended someone.
when I was at BCIT, they had a piano in the common hall, and it's BCIT. So I'd be sitting there studying, and then every once in a while,
Good chat's exploding.
I
Sorry,
know,
go ahead.
I know.
I should pull the Lynda lower third off that part at least.
It's BCIT, so every once in a while, someone would come up and play the piano.
Yeah.
And like, there was amazingly good people, and it was wonderful. I don't know. I got like classical music played to me while I was like live classical music from very skilled pianists played to me while I was studying. I was like, this is amazing.
Oh, violin. Sorry, I missed violin.
Oh yeah.
That is a legitimate alternative.
Yeah.
You know, if I was going to pick up an instrument, it would be the violin. For one reason. I have small fingers. So a real guitar is not an option. No, that's not actually the reason. Because I think that the problem with fiddle music, and yes, I know a fiddle is a violin, it's just a different style of playing. I think the problem with high energy violin music is that it's all like country music. I think that high energy violin, and if people have artist suggestions, Twitter, not now.
Who's
because
that super
it'll get
famous
buried.
chick on YouTube? Doesn't she play violin?
Yeah.
Isn't that high energy?
Yeah, but like, okay. If people send me suggestions on Twitter later tonight, I will check them out and I will let you know which ones are the ones that I'm thinking of. Anyway.
Something Sterling? Lindsay Sterling? Lindsay.
People are saying percussion gives you athletic skills.
Lindsay Sterling.
Lindsay Sterling. Okay. Anyway, my point is that's the style of music that if I was going to create anything, I would want that to be it. So that would be my thing. I have no idea where I was going with this. Right.
We're done Lynda.com.
Sponsors.
Squarespace.
Squarespace.
You can make a website for your piano playing, sports playing, programming, good at reading son.
Can I help you, Nick?
Well, I just went upstairs. I was just walking by.
What do you want, Nick?
Yeah, usually when he comes
What do you
by,
want?
he's telling us we did something
do
wrong.
you want?
Yeah, you too, buddy.
Why are you wearing those shirts?
Oh,
Very good reason.
very
tell
good
you later.
reason. We'll tell you later.
Okay.
Okay. So Squarespace.com, the place to go to build an online website if you want to.
Make a website for your son who's like really good at reading and wants
Really?
to play sports and martial arts.
You're not going to do it?
Build it beautiful.
Thank you. Squarespace has a wide variety of templates, whether you want to build a blog
Which
or
are
a
beautiful.
store or
And you can build them.
company portfolio. Hey, do we have our new pictures on our company site yet?
I doubt it. I
Just 'cause everyone's
super
been
doubt
busy?
it. Oh yeah.
If I
think
click
this'll
on our
take
team, is it going to
forever.
be there?
Nope.
There are
Is everyone
literally-
even on here?
There are literally no pictures at all.
Is Colton on here?
No. Oh yes.
Oh, he has. Oh, yes.
Oh my God. Colton's profile is pathetic. Okay, so it starts at the beginning. So I get 6 lines. Luke gets 7 lines. Ed, who actually did the site in the first place, gets 9 lines. Brandon, I believe, updated his. Taryn's got like 8 lines. And then we got Lazy. Nick has 3 lines. Colton gets 1.1 lines.
Read his line though. Read his line.
Colton does sales and business development, but in a lighter capacity than Nick.
Wow. Oh my God! Who wrote that?
I don't know, probably Nick.
Yes, Colton works here, but he's not as cool as Nick. So
Oh
that's
man.
brutal.
John,
Colton, do you hear this?
John is our first foreign worker. Who is writing this stuff? United States of
What?
what?
You so wrote them.
No, I wrote some of them. I didn't write Colton's. I rewrote Dennis's terrible one that said that was like racist.
He wrote his.
You wrote yours?
You wrote it yourself, Colton?
You're terrible.
Yeah, hey, you're still on your 90-day probation. You're fired for writing a terrible bio for yourself.
I had 1 day left of my probation.
Squarespace tries to give us these beautiful tools, and we just write terrible things on them.
Yeah, so
The
okay.
website looks good.
The point we're trying to make is that your Squarespace site will be functional and beautiful, but it is still up to you to make sure that the content isn't
The
totally rubbish.
tagline is "Build it beautiful," but there's an actionable part of that which we're
Yeah.
apparently not really doing.
Build.
Yeah.
They don't just do it for you. It's not
They
like
do a lot of it for
it's not
you.
like lie there like a vegetable, beautiful.
Oh dear.
Like it's ridiculous.
Yeah, you have to actually put some amount of work
All
into
right.
it.
So if you guys want to try out Squarespace, you can start your free trial today with no credit card required at squarespace.com. And if you use offer code Linus, you can save 10% off your first purchase. All right, can we just try and do like a straight sponsor read for this one? Can we try just...
I mean, we can try.
Okay, so
Freshbooks.
I'm deciding whether to go there or not. Because there's talk in Canada of legalizing prostitution.
Oh.
Okay, no, we won't go there. So, Freshbooks for your small business, whether you're a plumber or a PC repair person,
Or one of those plumbers.
or if you're working on anything else, any time of day, FreshBooks, when you're on the go, you know, if you're out in your plumbing van and you're plumbing things and you want to keep track of your hours and your invoices, I am sure I'm getting a complaint about this. FreshBooks allows you to keep track of all those little details. You can send invoices to your clients.
They have intuitive and easy to use tools.
You could. Poor Nick. You can send invoices to your clients. You can bill your clients through the app via credit card, so you can get a confirmation when they viewed it. You can. Oh, this is great. FreshBooks actually just launched their deposits feature.
Yeah.
So if you're like a house painter, for example, you would take a deposit at the time of booking the job because, frankly, as a former house painter, I can tell you that's critical, absolutely critical, so that you can go buy paint and show up at the job with paint and brushes and stuff. So you can take your deposit and then you can bill the balance also through FreshBooks. So what's the point of FreshBooks? Okay, cloud-based accounting service that allows you to focus on running your small business instead of crunching numbers about your small business every day at the end of the day. So visit freshbooks.com/WAN and enter WAN in the How Did You Hear About Us section. My phone is going berserk right now. Oh, wow. Nick saw it coming a mile away. Please don't bring up prostitution. We just got a new rep. Please, this is their first spot. Why? I hate you guys so much.
You know why? You know why that tagline probably says that Colton does it in a lower capacity than Nick?
Why?
Because I don't think we troll Colton. And
Yeah.
we troll the crap
Poor
out
Nick.
of Nick.
I think Nick's going to have a heart attack in his 30s if he makes it that far.
Yeah. Sorry
All
about
right.
that.
What else do we got on the show today? I love this show.
Yeah.
This is some good stuff. So AMD faces a class action suit over Bulldozer misrepresentation. Now, to be clear, the class action suit does not allege that AMD marketed their product as a bulldozer, only to have customers buy it and realize that all their dirt was still there.
Yeah, that would be disappointing.
That would be disappointing. No, what the suit alleges is that AMD misrepresented the core count of, for example, their 8-core Bulldozer processor. So the way that AMD's module system worked, and I say worked, not because there aren't still processors that use it, that there are, but because it looks like with their upcoming Zen cores, that's going away. The way that it worked is that each module had 2 integer units and then some shared cache and a shared floating point unit. So from the sort of strictest traditional standpoint, they were not full cores. But people who say that they're like hyper-threaded cores are not correct either, because they can process much more than an individual core. The best way that I would describe them is 1.5 cores each. So where's this going? Oh, I don't know, probably nowhere. Everyone probably gets a $10 rebate in 8 years or something like that.
Do you actually think this is going to go through? Because honestly, my thing on this is, yes, it was kind of weird to an average consumer, to be completely honest.
Yeah.
I agree. But it wasn't like they didn't try.
But, AMD try and effective is not the same thing. And you got to understand that we're not just talking about consumers who went to the store and bought an FX 8150, okay? We're talking about consumers who went to Best Buy and bought an HP Pavilion something or other.
Because it had more cores than the
Because
other
it had 8 cores. That tag down there, AMD's try does not extend to that one tag under the
I
thing
got
on Best
my $20 rebate for buying whatever RAM in whenever the hell.
Like some Rambus crap or something?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, okay.
It showed up, check for $20. I was like, okay, whenever I go to the bank next, I guess. That's
awesome.
cool. I don't know. Yeah.
People
it only took 2 years, I think.
I swear, AMD fans are the most difficult to penetrate group on the entire internet. 8350 is 8 core, stop being stupid. Actually, it's not that simple. Life is very rarely that simple. That's, I guess, all I can really say about it at this point because I give up.
Unless you're playing the piano.
All right, so I guess that's pretty much all that. Yeah, the blah 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 results in et cetera, et cetera. Okay. Oh,
I
so
think that's...
it's still a little early for us to wear them.
No. Trust me, bad idea.
Okay, well, forget it then. There's LTT stickers available. So over on teespring.com/LTT stickers, we've got apparently 56 people have bought a Linus Tech Tips logo sticker for $9.
What is it? I haven't seen the stickers.
Yeah, well, it's pretty simple. It's just like a Linus Tech Tips logo. There you go. So it's just a short 7-day campaign. It's available for another 4 days. Something a lot of people have been asking about lately, stickers aside, so you guys can check out the stickers if you're into that, but right, I'm supposed to bring this up. The reason it has like such huge black borders is so that you can kind of cut it to whatever size you want.
I was like, how big is this? Does it even say how big it is? Like actual dimensions?
I don't know. I don't know anything about this.
It just says it's landscape.
This is a Lick Night project.
A Lick Night.
Project.
This
is a Nick Light project.
That sounds like a Shovel Knight thing.
Yeah, Lick Night.
Lick Night.
Oh, view sizing chart and thing. So it's 3.6 inches
Where does it say
by
that?
5 inches. Oh, maybe you can buy different sizes. You buy different sizes. You pick your size.
Ah, there.
Yeah. So there
There's
you go.
sticker.
So it's a Nick Light project, and he asked me to bring up that you could just cut it to size, and I was like, okay, sure. That sounds cool.
But then what if you wanted a 5x7?
What if you just want to calm down? So we've had a lot of people asking, not about stickers necessarily, but about our other merch, because they've noticed that our District Line store is completely empty. We are going to be launching a new store very soon on Teespring. That will happen. And when we launch, because Teespring has traditionally just been like, here's a design, we're doing a campaign, but we're going to have a store. And when that happens, we're going to bring back, if not all, most of the designs that we've ever done. So they will all be available again. And then the way that it works is they'll all be kind of like mini campaigns. So it's going to be sort of like, I don't know what I would call it. Like it'd be kind of like a mass drop page that never goes away. So like every time it reaches 50 people who commit, the counter resets and it ships those 50 out.
Yeah.
Something like that, right?
I think that's how it goes.
Yeah, that's pretty much like kind of how it's gonna work. This is interesting. So Apple patents
Yeah.
a switchless Force Touch keyboard. I mean, it's not like this idea has never been thought of before, like laser projected keyboards
I
and
don't want this
touchscreen
at
keyboards.
all. Like I even read the headline and I was like, don't.
So the idea is that this
Stop.
would allow their MacBooks to be thinner than ever.
I don't care.
Thinner than ever. Lighter than ever. You're not going to buy a MacBook anyway. What do you care? Well, because then the rest of the industry will do it.
Yeah, like that's basically how this stuff works. Usually, in the past, Apple was leading all of these kind of things. For the last little while, maybe not so much in every department or any of them, but nowadays, if Apple does this, it's very possible that everyone else is going to do this. And honestly, their current popular laptop thing, didn't we use that for Scrapyard Wars?
MacBook Air.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was fine.
Popular laptop thing.
I don't know anything about those guys. Whatever. The battery lasted a long time. The keyboard was actually pretty good. It web browsed just fine. That's all I needed it for. It was great.
Mission
I didn't pay
accomplished.
for it. I don't care how expensive it was. Wasn't relevant to Scrapyard Wars.
To be clear, we also didn't keep them.
We also didn't keep
So
them.
paying for them
I'm
would've
just
been
saying, like,
super
I
dumb.
didn't buy the laptop, so I know people are gonna be like, "But it's overpriced," and I'm gonna be like, "I know." I
That
didn't
doesn't make
pay
it a
for
bad piece of hardware.
Exactly. It
Yeah.
was fine. It was good.
Whereas,
it was fine.
arguably, a laptop with a touchscreen keyboard is a bad piece of hardware.
Probably bad.
Regardless of its price. Now,
Yes.
with that said, okay, you've used the Steam controller, right? So
Yes.
having haptic feedback for when you move back and forth on something with a better vibration motor
Yeah. Ugh.
could be not terrible. And
More on that later.
as someone
Not today.
who I personally feel that on the MacBook 2015, which has the Force Touch trackpad, the click feels a lot like a click. It really does. If they executed it perfectly, maybe you've got my attention, but what they would have to do is maybe have they'd have to have some way for me to find the home row still.
Yeah, it would have to be like
you'd still have to have like a grid on it or something that I can feel,
Yeah.
even if the keys are touch.
Yeah. If they solve that, it might not be that bad of a problem. My thing is being able to feel the keys still. I don't look at the keyboard when I type, but I can feel physical keys.
Yes.
So if they find some way to solve that problem, sure, but I haven't heard anything about that.
All right.
Linus doesn't smoke. He's coughing because he's sick.
It's amazing how many people were like getting super judgy about. Yeah, we'll talk about that next. It's amazing how many people were getting super judgy about how I smoke and I'm a bad person on our old office tour
Oh.
because I had a pack of cigarettes on my desk.
Oh, those were the...
They were literally FX cigarettes, okay?
We paid like a fair amount so that we could get fake ones so that he wouldn't have to smoke.
Let me see if I can find the, here they are. They're from newrulefx.com. That is the pack of cigarettes that was on my desk, okay? So y'all can just calm down. Thank you. All right, let's move on to our next topic. Diablo 2, Starcraft 1, and Warcraft 3 HD remakes possibly coming. Now,
Thank you.
to be clear, possibly coming is just based on a job posting,
It's okay. I'm going to read out the job posting.
and there's
because-
no timeline
Yeah.
at all.
Yeah.
So, don't hold your breath or hold your pee or hold anything.
Compelling stories, intense multiplayer, endless replayability, qualities that made StarCraft, Warcraft 3, and Diablo 2 the titans they are today. Evolving operating systems, hardware, and online services have made them more difficult to be experienced by their loyal followers. Or reaching a new generation. We're restoring them to glory, blah, 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 blah. We need your engineering talents. So, they're doing something. Whether
Yeah.
or not it's just compatibility for newer systems or
Yeah.
it is actually a HD remake, I don't know.
Because it says right on it, some responsibilities listed as own implementation and curation of features, new and old, diagnose and fix all the things, crashes, deadlocks, overthrows, heap corruptions, etc. So it is very unclear what restoring them to glory means.
But they're doing something, and that's cool.
I would love for it to be HD remakes.
Yes.
Ultra HD, please, actually.
Yes.
But then with the way Blizzard goes,
Maybe not so much.
maybe not Ultra HD. Maybe it'll be like 960p.
Wrecked.
In Blizzard's defense, their art style does their
It does a really
low
good job.
polygon count art style does translate really well to high resolution screens and all that stuff. I'm not hating on I'm sure the Twitch
They know
chat
what
is
they're doing.
exploding already.
I know what they're doing.
Yeah, they do know what
I'm
they're
excited. That's super cool. If they release an HD remake of Warcraft 3, I would be head over heels happy. Don't worry about that one. Ignore that one.
doing. This one, why?
It's super boring.
Oh, I thought it was interesting.
I've had it for almost a whole year.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
But it's beta now.
But who cares?
Okay, fine.
You can do it if you want.
Yeah, let's do the next one then.
All right.
All right. The new Sennheiser Orpheus.
Dun dun dun. Have you ever wanted to spend $55,000 on a pair of headphones? And an
Now
amp?
you can.
Yeah.
If you're one of the 250 people a year who will be permitted to buy it. So, in 1990, this is like straight off of Sennheiser's website. Tech Insider, but I'm pretty sure they got it straight off of Sennheiser's website. In 1990, Sennheiser engineers set out to create the best headphones in the world. The result was the legendary Sennheiser Orpheus, a pair of $16,000 audiophile headphones so sophisticated they even came with their own tube amplifier that looked like something taken from a mad scientist lab if you're some kind of tool who has never seen a tube amplifier before.
Pretty sure he went off script there for a moment.
Yeah, that last bit was me.
That was good, though. I liked it.
So,
Good
okay.
emphasis.
Now, yeah, thank you. I never put it on the wrong syllable. Oh, classic joke. Careful with that, you might break it. So, when I first got the press release for this, you're gonna freak out.
Did you ask for a review sample?
No. What I asked for, you're gonna freak out. What I asked for was the first unit and that I would buy them. Because...
You know what's really weird?
I know you're freaking out, but you need to calm down.
No, what was really weird was I looked at this article and I was like, maybe we should buy one. I'm not even kidding. I'm not kidding at all. I was like, I look at Lou and stuff, and sometimes they just go crazy and they just buy something really cool and then review it. And I'm like, maybe we should just buy an Orpheus. He does so many headphone reviews, like it might make sense.
So I was straight up, I was like, I want to review this. And they're like, well, you can't. Because get wrecked, we're going to have an auditioning booth at CES. You can hear them there. And I was like, no, you misunderstand. I'm going to buy them, but I want the first one for being me and because I'm going to review it. And then he's like, okay, well, here's some more detail.
Can we get it signed by Sennheiser?
I read into it. No, I'm not buying them anymore. I read into it even further. And only 300 pairs of the original Orpheus exist today. And they typically go for tens of thousands of dollars on eBay, much more than the purchase price. And so my initial take on it was like, I will just buy it and flip it because I don't care. Because it'll be a limited edition product and I can get rid of it down the line without it actually costing anything. It's all about the slush fund, right? I talked about this. You don't have to buy everything and then put it in a vault somewhere. You can buy it and sell it and get rid of it.
And to be fair, when I said I was thinking about us just buying it, I fully expected it to be back out of the door probably as soon as possible.
Yeah. The problem is that Sennheiser, I think, lost their way with what was so exclusive and interesting about the Orpheus, the original Orpheus. And they are producing 250 of these per year indefinitely. So, yeah, I get it that that's only 250 units a year. So you'll be one of the only, couple thousand people worldwide who can own one. But I seriously doubt that for even the best headphones in the world, bearing in mind the original Orpheuses were already that, and they go for about 30 grand on eBay. I seriously doubt that there's more than 250 people a year that are going to be willing to spend $55,000 US on also the best headphones in the world. So I think Sennheiser has significantly overestimated the demand and at the same time killed what is so exclusive and legendary about the Orpheus. With that said, it might still sound great and that's cool and that's fine, but it means that from a collector standpoint, they've pretty much made it irrelevant. From my personal perspective, other people can agree or disagree with me, but I am no longer interested in owning one. I will listen to them at CES, on the CES show floor.
Someone in Twitch chat was like, 30 grand just to listen to Taylor Swift? Ah.
Yeah. Hey,
maybe
how else are you going to shake it off, all right?
Maybe your boyfriend left you because you spent so much money on headphones.
Yeah. Oh. So anyway, some details about it, because I went completely off script on this.
Sing a song about how he doesn't understand your purchasing decisions.
And I just met you, and this is... No, that was the other one.
That was the different one.
So handcrafted in Germany using over 6,000 components. Some components, such as gold vaporized ceramic electrodes, which sound pretty BA, I guess. Platinum vaporized diaphragms. Carrara marble amplifier housing. Each amplifier control is created using a single piece of brass. Once the headphones are turned on, the quartz glass vacuum tubes rise up from the marble enclosure and emit a glow, which, by the way, tube amps just kind of do. They feature digital amplification, which takes place inside the headphones, reducing interference from cord travel. I mean, we are talking some audiophile grade snake oil right here.
What would be badass? They
Yeah.
super won't. So I understand that. Before I get it. It's okay. It's fine. They should send us on a factory tour where we see the whole line. So they should show us
all
the Carrara
6,000
marble.
parts.
Not only just that, but where they get the Carrara marble and where they get the platinum that they're using, and then we follow the whole chain of everything in.
Yeah, so that would cost what, 50 grand to make?
At least.
Sure.
More than that,
Tell you
probably.
What. Tell you
'Cause
what.
we'd have to fly around and stuff.
you talk to CES or Sennheiser at CES, okay? You pitch it.
You know what? Honestly, I would. And you probably know that at this point. But I also super know that they wouldn't do it. So like,
and it wouldn't even make any sense from our perspective.
No.
We're gonna be trucking all over
for
Europe
so long.
to make a video about how headphones are made, when we legit already made a video about how headphones are made, how Sennheiser headphones are made.
No, part of the video would be like how they mine the marble and the platinum.
So you want to, you
Yes.
literally want to make,
Yeah.
you want to remake I Collect Rocks, and then listen to it on a $55,000 pair of headphones. That's what I'm hearing right now.
Yeah.
You're drunk.
I said I knew it wouldn't happen. I don't know. I thought it'd be funny. Like what actually goes into making a pair of $55,000 freaking dollar headphones?
A lot, I would imagine.
Yeah.
I also suspect the profit margin is fairly substantial.
But I want to solve the section of I would imagine.
All right, so this article here is from Android Authority. Beware of cheap USB Type-C cables, warns Google engineer. This is actually a very good point.
Yeah.
Especially early in the life cycle of a new cable standard, it is very common for the... Now, I'm not saying that everyone has to run out and buy $200 HDMI cables from Monster, but you also shouldn't necessarily be buying $199 HDMI cables off the back of a truck. There is a middle ground. And so buying a low quality cable, particularly very early in the life cycle of a connector, can lead to issues because they might not undergo the appropriate tests and validation.
Depends whose truck.
Depends whose truck. So Google engineer Benson Leung has been testing cheap USB Type-C. Can you imagine like someone at Google just being like, yeah, so I'd like for my next assignment to be buying a bunch of cheap USB Type-C cables and like testing them? And like someone whose job it is to kind of go, yeah, okay, I guess that seems like good use of your time.
They all have self-guided time, don't
Yeah, they do.
So he might have just...
Yep. An important feature with USB Type-C and 3.1 is support for 3 amp charging. And a number of the budget cables fail to match the standard specifications, which can be dangerous to your hardware, as legacy devices may not be able to handle charger currents when using adapter cables. So basically, what he found was that some of the cheap Type-C cables were not suitable for his Chromebook Pixel laptop. It is amazing how many people at Google use MacBooks. Like, I was just like, shouldn't you guys be like trying to somewhat practice what you preach around here? No.
Can you program on
At
a
all.
Pixel?
I'm sure someone out there is going to tell us that, yes, indeed, if you tap into the underlying Linux, blah, blah, that's fine, but...
But like naturally, without fighting it.
I don't think so.
Like I've actually never used a Chromebook. I don't know how locked down they are. I am not even remotely interested in Chromebooks.
They are somewhat locked down. They're okay. Anything you can do in a browser, you can do in a Chromebook. Anything else, I would... Like
there's a fairly obvious reason why probably almost none of them have Chromebooks.
The Witcher is getting a movie adaptation.
Coding.com. I didn't mean stuff like that. Anyways, continue.
You know, it's so funny. Okay, so everyone watching the WAN show gets to be all like hoity-toity privy to this before they watch the video, because I am going to be doing my Steam Machine video next week. So I've got an Alienware Steam Machine. Actually, I had 2 Steam Machines, one of which I sent back because one video was enough for me to say everything I have to say about SteamOS. I wasn't going to reveal that much, but what I will say is this. Many of my complaints about SteamOS, I express, and then later on in the video, I burn all the Linux geeks, and I say that in like a kind way, like I'm a geek, you're a geek, we're all geeks. You could specifically be a Linux geek. I would specifically be, I don't know, I'm sure, but I could fall into a lot of categories, I'm sure. So I kind of burn the Linux geeks that I predict with my amazing powers of future prediction
We'll hammer drop.
are leaping down my throat when I talk about the limitations of SteamOS and telling me all about how I can enable desktop mode and I can install this and do that and sudo that and all this stuff.
Sudo.
Okay. So later on in the video, I'm like, yo, I know that doesn't matter because. So you guys, I have saved you the embarrassment of typing a comment under that video and getting destroyed, because there's a very good reason why that stuff doesn't matter. My Steam Machine video is going to be really long.
It's not sudo.
I looked it up.
It's you pronounce it sudo?
Yeah. I know it's spelled pseudo.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I actually looked it up because I was like, I need to make sure I don't say this wrong.
Who says sudo?
I don't know.
That's interesting.
Yeah, no,
I've talked to an obscene amount of Linux nerds.
I
that all
know.
say sudo.
I know. And I assumed it was, I've only heard pseudo
Is that
before
like
as well.
GIF and GIF? Or is there actually a reason why it's...
I will look it up because unless someone was trolling the crap out of me, how do you pronounce blah, blah, blah?
I know it's super admin do, but like...
Oh, this one says, I've heard it said pseudo across the board. But this guy, okay, so the OP here, here you go. This is where the confusion comes in. OP says, I'm just learning to use Linux, and while I've seen that the official way is sudo, I still want to pronounce it sudo, so which one do you use when talking about the command?
Because like...
So there you go. No one's wrong.
I know it's super user do, but like, look at the word.
But it is way safer for me to say it the official right way, so that those people can be double wrecked when they realize that they actually aren't pronouncing it right.
Because sudo sounds so dumb.
Yeah, it's not my problem. So anyway, my Steam Machine video is going to be quite long, probably about 16 minutes, and I'm not going to ruin the conclusion, but it's still in beta, and it's it's been in beta for, well, it hasn't been in beta for 2 years, but it's been in...
Is there anything that it does that a normal installation of Linux cannot do?
The video it's a really good video. It's a really well-written video. It contains a lot of information. I would like you guys to watch it, so I'm not going to get too far into it, but I have saved you the embarrassment of pointing out to me things that I do indeed already know. Not that people seem to care. No one seems to care when they say something that it turns out that I already... In fact, oftentimes, the top-rated comment on one of my videos would be like, Linus, didn't you realize? And then, like, the, like, couple of upvotes comment that's next under it is like, he said it right in the video. And no one cares. No one watches the video as far as I can tell.
I know it's super user do. Oh, God.
Are people telling you that it's super user do?
I know, but like, and the thing is, they're going like, literally everyone. They're like, literally everyone says sudo. And I'm like, I've...
Literally, actually not.
heard that like twice.
Yeah,
and
literally not.
Yeah.
Super everyone does that.
Oh, dudes. Oh, no.
All right, Jetpacks, my friends. Yes, my
I
friends.
thought we were doing a short because of the after party thing.
Oh, yeah, well, oh my gosh, there's still like 3 pages of topics? How the crap did this happen?
I think they're adding some while we're doing the show.
No, these were all here, actually. No, let's do the Jetpacks topic. Come
Okay.
on, I want to do the
Fine.
Jetpacks topic. It's cool.
All right.
Jetpack test flight! Skip to later on in the video to see it actually take off. Like so many, oh, no, never mind. This isn't
Is this another water one?
the different one. No, this is the thing.
Oh, wow.
This is the thing.
Whoa.
Yeah, no, this is straight up a thing. This is not a hovercraft.
Whoa. So he's just going over water for like safety, probably.
Yes. Oh no. They've got other videos. They've got like test flights in their facility that are not over water.
Whoa.
Yeah. So they got some help from the city of New York. This is a thing. Jetpack Aviation. Check this out. I'm not telling you to order one. Not that you can, because this is a prototype. But these guys have apparently been working for 40 years quietly on an actual jetpack. To be clear, it is not the same thing as a rocket belt. A rocket belt is just like burning some fuel and like shooting it out, pretty much. No. This actually uses jet engines and carries its own self-contained fuel and is light enough for a person to wear and is like some super BA looking stuff. I forget what it's called, the something 9. The JB09. I think they screwed up. I think they meant JP09 or 9. There's no 0. Don't worry. I screwed up too. I'm kidding. I don't mean they screwed up. No, it's called the JB9.
Is it like Justin Bieber 2009?
Yes. Yes, it is. Thank you.
He should fly into one of his concerts like that and then slip on some water and get sad and leave.
So their site is great. I tooled around on it for a little while. They've got lots of great information about the challenges that they've faced, how they've overcome them, because there's so many concerns. Like, I always just assumed, non-mechanical engineer that I am, that jetpacks would always be impossible because we would never be able to control the exhaust temperature. So how do you keep people from burning their legs off when they're flying them? And not a thing. They have figured it out, and it is looking pretty cool. So they're still working on a lot of R&D stuff. Ballistic parachute, a 4-engined version, a simulator to reduce pilot training time, improvements to the engines and computerized management systems. But this is some cool stuff, hey? Hoverboards may never happen, but jetpacks, wow.
You saw how aggressively angry different organizations got about drones. How upset are people going to be about jetpacks?
I don't know. I so want to commute on one, though, man.
But what's going to happen the first time, a person runs into a plane?
They'll die?
And then what? I mean, politically.
Oh, I don't know. I have a feeling these will never be unregulated, though, in the way that drones were.
Yeah. I'm just, are you going to have to, schedule flight time and,
I don't know. I would imagine.
Are you going to have to radio to control towers and stuff?
No, because...
I don't think you're going to go that high, but you're still a risk for takeoff.
No, radio is some 60s technology. The way that I imagine this working is you would have...
They totally use that.
I know they do, but I know, but my point is that would not work for this. We need a new system. So the way that it would have to work is you would have to use individual GPS. You'd have to have individual GPS trackers on everyone. Everyone would have to have a data link, like a super fail redundant data link. And then you would still probably have to, it could even be app managed. So you could be like, I'm leaving. This is my destination. You put your phone in your pocket. Your phone detects that you just freaking took off the ground. And then your jetpack reports in your status. It knows where you're going.
You need a way for in-air communication, though.
So you'd have, you could have, okay, that could be radio. That could be whatever.
Okay.
But the way that the actual tracking system would have to work would almost have to be automated. So it would have to be, everyone would have to still have a headset. And then you'd have to have, instead of having an air traffic control tower, everyone would have to intelligently, from the mass management system, get the relevant alerts for them.
But what stops someone from just not using a GPS device?
The thing that stops
them... Because air traffic towers can detect... agencies that control the air can detect planes, even if they're not reporting.
Yes. So the thing that would prevent people from doing that would be the interceptor police enforcement jetpacks that show up on them and tell them to get the crap back on their flight path. So you could... So, that's the way that I really see it being done. What prevents people from taking a car and driving it into a building? Technically nothing, except that that's going to get you in an awful lot of trouble. So that's really the way that I see this being regulated.
Flight limit, yeah, someone in chat just said a flight limit, but there's problems with that because, since when have you not been able to take a limiting chip out of a car?
Yeah, but we're not talking about limiting chips. We're talking about law enforcement laying the smackdown on you.
I know.
So yeah, there's a lot of different. People are saying jetpack way too slow. You got no idea what's up. As the crow flies is pretty important in terms of how quickly you can get somewhere. No traffic lights is pretty darn important. I could probably get to work faster from home to here flying 40 kilometers an hour on a jetpack versus flying down the highway at 80 kilometers an hour in my car. It makes a big difference, and it would be way cooler. So
I see a lot of problems with your plan, but
there's a lot of problems with my plan.
Okay.
But I know that. But my point is that the current plan of centralized monitoring and radio communication is not enough, because it needs to be like a smart system where the individual operators can receive and transmit only the relevant broadcasts to themselves. So the centralized thing just has to manage who needs to communicate with each other and why. So I would know if someone's going to intercept me but I don't need to know about all that other stuff.
You don't just automatically hear everything.
I know.
Okay.
I know. But I also won't have a friggin' console in front of me.
Yeah.
I won't have pretty much anything in front of me. I might have a HUD if I'm lucky.
Yeah.
So something has to be cloud managed and intelligent in the background to make sure that stuff works.
Okay. Anyways, after party thing?
Yeah. All right. Peace, bros. Thanks for watching the WAN show. We are going to be doing the Ultra Wide Festival after party thing where we go through some of the honorable mentions here. So stay tuned, my good friends, and we will see you on the other side. Look at this guy. HUD is pushing it. Wait, 200 more years? We have HUDs today.